Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and look at what we have here. A Roberts RSR100 Boombox. Very little information about this online, but I believe it's from the early 1980s. Now, Roberts was a very popular brand and still is a popular brand in the UK. They made high quality radios back in the day. They've been going since 1930 something, so the 1930s, and believe it or not, they're still going now. So on this instance, I will put down an affiliate link down in the description to the Roberts page on Amazon, so you can check out their products, and if any of them take your fancy, obviously it's at no extra expense to you, but a little bit comes back to the channel. So they are a good quality product. I don't know about the products nowadays. I doubt they're going to be made in the UK now, but certainly years ago they were manufactured in the UK and they're of very high quality. Not sure about this one though, because this is from the 1980s, but initially looking at it, it does seem to be nice, like the way these little switches work and stuff. It feels quite good quality, but this one here is absolutely disgusting. It is really, really, really filthy. Check it out down there. So it's certainly, I say this has probably been stored in maybe an engineering shop somewhere, or a garage where somebody was doing a lot of work with cars and oil and all the rest of it, because the whole thing is just in very, very, very bad condition. It's got this thing here, which I'm not really sure what this is. Name, address, serial number. But anyway, it doesn't work. I bought it from eBay. I had to pay a lot of money for it with things like this. It's whether they're working or whether they're broken. I don't know, on eBay, it's just what's available at the time. So if you look now, there will be none of these for sale. And next week, there might be 2 for sale. And then you could look again over the next year and they wouldn't come up for sale. So I had to pay a lot of money for this. I put in a best offer and it wasn't even accepted. It then went higher than that. But yeah, I'll flash up on screen the listing and what I paid for it. But basically, if I plug it in, nothing happens. So if I turn it on at the back here, on, we have a little light down here to indicate it's on, but nothing is happening up here whatsoever. It doesn't matter where I put the switches to, everything is completely dead. It's worn off here, but I presume that says power, and that's going to be the on bit there. Volume here is seized. It's got volume and also left and right as well, but that isn't really, that's all seized up. I need to sort that out. But if we go to radio, there's no life in it at all. This turns, but it's not doing anything. And also, if I press play, there's nothing happening in the tape deck there either. So we need to take it apart to find out what's going on with it. And even if we can fix it, we're going to need to really give it some very, very big cleaning to make it look presentable. Because at this moment in time, it just looks a bit sorry for itself. So let's get over to the blue mat, take it apart, and let's see if we can find out why it's not powering up. Look at that, how nice does it look? Now, a lot of people would sort of look at those colours and think it looks disgusting, but what I like about it is the fact it's not silver or black. I know silver and black is always going to look timeless and always going to look nice, but that's what makes this unusual. It's a kind of copper colour, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it looks so retro and unusual. I really, really do like it. Nice bit of weight to it as well, but not as heavy as the Bang & Olufsen one that I did a little while ago. Right, so I've had a look at the back, and it looks like there's a load of screws around the back here, and also, because it is a boombox, you can fit it with 8 D-cell. Yes, the massive batteries. You can fit it with 8 of them. I don't even know if I've got 8 in the house. Right, we've got a load of screws here. This is for the aerial here, or antenna. So let's undo them all and see what's going on here. We have AC, we have DC, 12 volts in here. We have got AFC, RIF, I don't know what any of that means. A and B, off and on, but it doesn't actually appear to move. And then we have, external speaker, right and left here, 3.2 ohms. Oh, and there we go, we've got the aerials, if you want to do an external aerial here. Up here, you see? FM. Oh, what was that noise? No, I think it's just dirt coming out. Right, okay, let's take it apart here. Time for the My Mate Vince massive shout out, and this month the sponsors of these videos are Operational 117, KitDigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Ellensburg Amplifier Repair and Service, Will Michaelis, Chris Seal, the My Mate Vince Fan Club, Dorian from Hoover Lux Restorations, MediaSteamer.com, Rob Hughes, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, and Daniel Hyams. Now, if you're into mechanical keyboards, check out MrKeebs.com. Felipe does a lot of videos. The whole channel is dedicated to mechanical keyboards, so I think you'll like it. Also, if you like anything Hoover related, so vacuum cleaners, check out Dorian over at Hoover Lux Restorations. Now, let's see what lies inside this beauty. Right, we can remove the handle. Oh, look at how the switch. Oh, look at how the switch works. When you turn this here, rotary into linear. Nice. Oh, and here as well. Look at that. Oh, I'm already in love with it. Now, what I am going to do is, are these labelled up? They are. They've labelled up the circuit board with green and black. I'll show you that in a minute. What else? Where else have we got connections to? That's not labelled up there, but that's going to be obvious because the red one is plus. Red to red, white to white. These are like the old connections you used to get on the old cars. Okay, well I'm going to start here. Oh, come off so easy. Made to be serviced, I think. Off, off. Oh, come on. How good is that? Blue, that's labelled up. I think, oh no, down here as well. Blue. And orange. Lovely. Right, okay. So, 1 second now. So we know we've got power going into it. So it looks like this little transformer and stuff is probably working okay. We've got a fuse here as well. Let's just quickly, while we're here, just check the fuse. I'm wondering, could it be as simple as that switch at the top, you know, that said on? The power switch. Yeah, fuse is okay there. Power comes in at the bottom, down here, travels up to the switch, then goes through the transformer, little circuit board here, and then, batteries go from here, and then they all go onto the board. I think that side of it's going to be okay. Right, let's get into the main event. Look at that. Well, what speakers has it got? 3.2 ohm, 3 watt, max 5 watt, Japan. Right, okay, and we got little tweeters up here. Oh, and it did say, I think it says on it 4 speakers. There you go, 2-way 4 speakers. Does 2-way just mean stereo? I can see a belt down here for the tape deck. Well, check out that. I really like that part. And what I was saying earlier about, you know, the where the bits went. So, for example, down here, let me just zoom in. Down here, look, it says, you know, blue. And this one here would be, if you have a look up here, orange, O-R-G, and green and black went somewhere, can't remember where. Completely lost where they went. Oh, here we go, look, see, black here and green, G-R-N there. Right, so what I'm thinking is, looking at the switch up here, this one, I think that would be a sensible place to start. So now, how do I get into that switch? So I want to test the switch first of all because nothing's working on this. We have a red power light, so I know that power's definitely going into the radio, but it's not turning on, and the switch is the thing that turns it on. So I'm just going to keep undoing numerous screws until I get to that area. Oh, okay, so the belt's completely perished. Let me zoom right in and show you. Can you see here? You can see a bit of the belt there, but then it disappears. Okay, so it has to be completely taken apart anyway. I was thinking for a minute I might have got lucky and I could just work on the switch here. So I have to undo all these little cable ties just to give some slack on the wires so I can move things around more. The circuit board comes off then, and then I can undo the screws that hold the middle section, like the middle chassis, in place. Also, I undo the screws for the tape mech as well, and then that allows the whole inside bit to come away from the front. Not completely, because obviously the wires are all connected to the speakers and stuff, but it gives me access to this on and off switch so I can check it for continuity. Excellent. Right, okay. This is going to be incredibly... Whoa. Incredibly hard to film. I just don't want to break any wires. 1 second now. Right, let's just rest it there. Well, that's good. That's good. Now, you can see a little bit of the remains off the belt just down here. This horrible... Look at that. Ready? Look at that. Horrible. Well, I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen roll and just wipe up my finger, wipe up that so it doesn't go everywhere. And now at least we have access to the switches up here. Well, I can't really see what's going on there because everything's so tight. And these pull off. Now. It's going to there and not there, so that is definitely working. Then when I do it to there, it doesn't, it goes to the bottom one and that one, but not these ones. Now when I go up top, no, they're still on them two. It's not going anywhere else. Yeah, they're all in contact anyway. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be a difference between the top one, which is supposed to be auto, and on. Okay, let's give it a clean. So I'm going to get some isopropyl alcohol and just wash it all around in here, make it all nice and clean, and then I'm going to get some deoxit and pop that in there, and hopefully that will fix that if it is faulty. So on this part of the video, I'm just flooding it with 99.9% isopropyl alcohol to try to clean out the contacts on the inside, just in case one of them is dirty. Now, annoyingly, the continuity test on the meter showed that the switch looks to be okay, but maybe with all the wiggling that I did in trying to get this out from the boombox, that could have been enough to clean the dirt out from that switch. So while I'm here, it's a good move to clean it out anyway, and also put deoxit in, because then if I can get this boombox working, hopefully those switches will work better into the future once they've been cleaned. So let's get back to the video now, and let's put this thing back together and see if it starts working now that we've messed around with these switches. Okay, I'm going to struggle to put this back together, and then I'll start filming it again when I'm about to turn it on. Plug it in and see what it does. So I've got to keep my hands well clear of this now, because obviously we have 240 volts going into it. Right, so I'm going to turn it on here. Bit apprehensive. Right, that's on there. Now, let's see when I do this top switch. Here we go, let's see if anything comes alive. No. No, so I don't think it is. Don't think it is the switch. I just want to see if that red light's on, which it is. So what I'm going to do is let's measure the voltage going into the board, because ideally I don't want to mess with this when we've got 240 volts here. So if we can measure voltage here, I might be able to get my bench power supply and put voltage into it. Or maybe I could just go across the D-cell batteries connection and put voltage into there. So let's see what we got going into it. 14.4. There you go, you can see it down there, 14.6. Right, okay, let's get the bench power supply up, and then I don't have to worry about getting electrocuted. Now, looky here, that's interesting. Not only does it take 8 D-cell batteries here, it also takes 2 AA batteries down the very bottom. Can you see at the very bottom connection there? So, what would they be used for? I wonder, would that be to give energy into the clock? There is a little display clock up here. I wonder if that's how they work. I'm going to get some AA cells and see what happens with that. Right, anything? Yes, we got something. Brilliant. We have got something. But the display is kind of faded. That's a shame. Do you know what though? Maybe when it's in its case, that will all pull together. Oh, look at that. Is that that's supposed to be an alarm? Right, okay, brilliant. Just want to check the speakers are actually showing something, just in case they're not working, and that's why we've got no sound. Yeah, 3.6 ohms, and these are labelled up as 3.5 ohms. Again, 3.6, that's fine. These little ones are labelled up as 8 ohm. 8 ohms, and yeah, 7.7, I'm sure that's all fine. Right, I think we need to start tracing from where the power goes into the board and see how far it gets. Right, let's follow the traces. So power comes in here where it says F3 and P6 here. So let's turn it over. So it's these two contacts, yeah? And this is the positive here. So let's see if we can trace where it goes to. So I'm just using continuity. So from here, it goes up the edge here to here. Or does it? Right, hold on now. From here, it goes up the edge here. Ah, hold on, is that a crack? I think there's a crack in the board. Look, it's not getting here. Wait, is that was that a scratch? Let's see if that one next to it's getting past it. Here to here. Oh yeah, that's going past it. This one? That's going past it. Oh, that one's going past it. But is this one? Scrape here and here. I think we found the fault, guys. Right, so from here to here, yes, but not here. That's the fault. There you go, it's not getting up to here. So from here it goes up to this, oh, I can't really even see where it goes to. But yeah, it goes up to this bit here. So let's zoom right in. I want to show you this crack across the board. And I don't think that was me. It seems weird how it's cracked there though. Look. Unless, of course, with all my tugging to get it out, I did that. But, you know, the radio was sold as faulty. It's not working. And I found that there. Because this is where the power comes in up here. See the positive here? And this is the, this one here is the negative. And let's just make sure the negative is going up here. So the negative is going past the crack. Probably because these are thicker lumps of solder. But this is not. So we've got the positive from here. And you can hear it here, but look, you can't hear it here. And then this side, it goes to here, and we should be able to hear it here, but not here. That's it there. So I need to jumper that up, and I also need to somehow, well, I suppose if I jumper it all up, has the brake gone any further? Let's scrape here. I think it's okay there, you know. Let's just follow the traces. It goes from here. So it goes from here, up to here. Yeah, that's okay. So it's just this here. Right, okay, I'm going to scrape that back with my knife, and let's solder up here, and let's also run a jumper from here to here as well. And then it's kind of belt and braces, isn't it? So it's going to be going down the track and also down the wire in case that track goes again in the future. And I'll probably put little wires across this brake here as well, because it's probably gone. That connection might not be great. Do you know what, that fault finding was surprisingly quick there. I mean, in hindsight now, I didn't need to take the rest apart. It's just I was thinking it's going to be more switch related. But I'm kind of lucky here because you can physically see the brake. I presume maybe it's got dropped and the shock's gone through here and just broke this particular part. Just going to add a little bit of flux. And let's jumper these up. So I've got my iron set to 480 degrees Celsius. Oh, lovely. Do you know what? I think this might be leaded solder because it's just flowing so nice. Look at that. I suppose it's old enough where they were still using leaded solder. Yeah, that's lovely. Let's run a few little wires. So I'm just using some enamelled wire. So just out of screenshot, I'm just going to be scraping away the enamel from it. Going for a slightly thicker wire. I think this is 0.3 of a millimetre from memory. Just going to tin it up out of screenshot as well. So if we zoom right in, it looks kind of messier just because of the stickiness, but you can see now on each of these that I've run a little wire from, well, to begin with, I soldered up the crack, but then I see it's bridged with the wire as well. So hopefully now that will be fine. Now it was only actually this one that was broken, but I've just done the others as well, just purely because I suppose they're going to be weaker than they would have been originally. I'll make sure none of them are shorting to each other. So no, 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 and no. And now we're going to have continuity between all the bits. Right, okay. Let's again just roughly put it back together and see if we're going to have life in it now. Okay, here goes. Wish me luck. Turn it on at the back, and here we go. Do something. No, we haven't got the red light now. But it's definitely making the right sort of noises. I mean, it's making, I can hear something working. Oh, here we go. Yes! Remember, I haven't got the aerial in. Listen, I can hear it. Fantastic. Why is the red light not on? Okay, not sure. Ah, that's off. Right, so that is working. Now, tape. What's going to be tape? This one here. So it's going to be, this is going to be tape. So now if I was to press play, I can hear it. Fantastic. Stop. And line in. We're not going to hear anything on line in, are we? No. Well, I don't think we should mess with that anymore. I'm not sure why the red light's not on at the front. Maybe that only comes on standby or something when it's plugged in, but I don't know. I don't know. Remember, it wasn't working earlier, so maybe that red light shouldn't be on when we think it should be on. Right, now, what do I need to do now? I'm going to take it that it's working for the time being. So let's try to clean up that gooey mess around the belt, swap the belt over, and then give everything a really good scrub, and then put it back together, and we'll actually see what is working. So it looks like I need to clean up. Oh, you know this one down here? This is just for the little timer. You know, the counter. So that's what that one's for. So I need to clean up this big wheel here and also all around here. I just need to clean up everything around here because you can see there's just all black, oily mess everywhere. Look at that. Right, this is going to take quite some time, so I'm just going to do this off camera now so I can get my head right in the way and give it all a nice clean, but already I can feel that it's getting a lot more freer when I'm turning this motor. So much to clean up. Look at that. So I've got these two here. I think these might be okay. So let's pop this one on. I'm going to keep that one up high here so it definitely goes around the little pulley. Okay, that's straightened out. And this one here. Not sure why it's all numbered here. I hope it doesn't need any sort of timing. I wonder, does that go that way round? Hold on. How am I going to find out which way that goes? I think I'm going to start that way and then see if that works. If not, I'll put it the other side. I don't actually know which way it's supposed to go. Right, okay, so that's that part done there. We can pop this bit back on now. And let's get this little spring back on. There. Right, so the next job now is just going to be cleaning everything. So for example, if you see these horrible, horrible buttons at the top here, I'm just going to be getting a wet wipe and I'm just going to be giving everything a real good clean. Let's see if this comes up clean just on camera, and then I'll be doing the rest pretty much off camera. I think stuff like this I'm going to put in a sink full of soapy water and then get a toothbrush so I can get in all the grooves and give it a clean. There, you can see it's going to come up lovely. Look at that. Look at that compared to those ones. Fantastic. Right, while I've got this apart, let's give the little tape head a clean. So I'm going to get a nice clean cotton bud and I'm just going to wipe it over here. So I think this is the one that does the playing. I think this is the one that does the possibly the erasing or recording. I've been told this many times now and I keep forgetting. I think that might be the erasing and I think this might do the playing and the recording. And I'm going to clean up this pinch roller here as well. This is actually quite satisfying, so check this out here. Look at the difference. So now we turn our attention back onto this clock, which is not displaying. So we know it's nothing too major, it's just the fact it's not displaying. So it is working, it's just we need to put pressure down on it in order to display. So when I take it apart, we have a zebra connector in here. A zebra connector is, if you can imagine, like a rubber strip that allows electricity to flow through it. They're often found in old Game & Watches, Nintendo Game & Watches, and loads of different things throughout the years. So basically on this one here it looks kind of different than normal because normally it's kind of encased in rubber and the contacts go through the middle. With this one it's just a rubber strip at the bottom and then the contacts are sticking up. So really it's not as strong as the other zebra connectors I've seen. And what's happened in this case is it's actually got deformed from where the clips have been pressing down on it for numerous years. So if you look at the black contacts, there's going to be, I haven't counted, let's just pretend there's 15 or 20 of them. There looks to be about 6 of them which have kind of gone a slight bit bananaed, so they're not making a contact. So I try messing around with it for a bit. I try putting it in boiling water, that doesn't work. I try using a knife and just cleaning off the scraping off a bit of the white rubber to try to make the black contacts stick up more, but none of that works. So what I've ended up doing is I've got some new zebra, well not new, I've got some replacement zebra connectors from a handheld game. So I've just taken the zebra connectors out of that and I'm going to use them in here. And then when I do that, miraculously, it starts working, as you see in this part of the video here. So what I'm going to do now is just spend ages cleaning everything. It's going to take me ages, there's no point in me filming that. So the next time you see this, hopefully, it might be back together. At long last, I am finished. My hands are just worn through. This thing took much longer cleaning than fixing. So what was wrong with it? We had a crack in the circuit board, which was kind of strange. I think it must have got dropped and it must have just fractured from the drop. Also, the belt was completely gone, which you would expect given the age of it. And the display on this here wasn't working, but you can see now it's working, and also it's keeping perfect time because it is a quartz clock. So how has it come out? Well, it's much better than it was. I mean, if you look at it now, you can see that it's that is nice and clean. It's completely usable, but I wouldn't call it in good condition. But the good thing is all the dirt and grime has gone from it now. and it's working absolutely fine. So let's pop the aerial up. The aerial itself is in perfect condition, absolutely perfect. Right, let's turn it on at the back here and flip it up here.
Wrong. Do you think in the end they may...
It picks up loads of channels.
I'm not a politician, and I cannot speak for...
And the reception is really good on it.
With my colleagues,
that's stereo, and that would be mono.
I suspect they'll take a hard decision in that last week, and they probably won't...
And if we pop it over to tape here, press play. Oh, that's record, sorry. Play. Again, this is the obligatory archers, which is in all the videos. Yep, cue forward. Pause. And if I record, we've got a microphone here and here, and the stereo is definitely working left and right, because if I was to go here and go right mic and left mic, then when I press stop, rewind and play, here we go. Right mic and left mic. Then when I press stop. There you go. That's not going to come across in the video, but basically I can hear it coming out the right side of the speakers and the left side of the speakers. So that's it. All done, all working. And also this is working as well.
Attracted to this kind of settlement.
And we can reset it.
There would have been an officer called, he's sometimes called a dispensator, sometimes a lockhart.
And it's got a lot of volume on it.
For attracting the peasants in the first place, and then once they arrive, finding them a place to live and giving them.
So there we have it, and that is off there. Not sure what auto means. So yeah, well happy with how it's come out, and I think quite an interesting boombox, and certainly an unusual looking one. I decided to keep this on it just because I thought it adds to the age of it, makes it look a bit more authentic. Yeah, I'm happy. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone.